The challenge with most people is they don't fight enough with AI. Fight for it. I tweak it. I play with it. It's almost like there's a piece of clay and it can do anything. And I'm like pulling pieces of the clay away till I get the shape of the object that I want, which is the output. And I'm going back and forth with it until I get it exactly how I want to look. For example, if you didn't see the Christmas commercial that Coca-Cola used 70,000 AI prompts to generate, that's an example of fighting with AI and iterating to get it to do exactly what you want. The top 1% iterate to perfection. And here's the truth. So the first thing we have to do, and we just talked about, is we have to upload our master prompt. The second is once it gives you an output, give it specific feedback. Instead, say, open with a strong reframe that talks about how X, Y, and Z. Like, I want you to really ask yourself, what does it mean to be punchier? And finally, don't get stuck on the tiny details because things keep changing every time you prompt it, because I use this feature that most people don't know about called Canvas to allow myself to lock it in, and then I can tweak it manually. So for example, if you're working on an email and every time you prompt it to rewrite the email, it kind of changes too much, you can ask it to write the email as a canvas. It'll create almost like a Google Doc within ChatGPT that you can click on to tweak words, sentences, create new paragraph breaks or whatever, and then say it, use that format that you just created to write the next 10 emails. That one feature, Canvas, will change the game for how you iterate with AI. A master prompt is a document that tells the AI who you are, context. This is what's mind-blowing. It's just most people are never taught this. Now, this may sound a little scary, but trust me, it's way easier than you think. The first thing we have to do is we have to grab the final output that you just iterated against using AI and then write this prompt. And what it does is it writes the actual system prompt. And the next step is to save it as a PDF, because now with the PDF document, now you can use it in like maybe use Claude or Gemini or Grok or any other platform because the PDF is there with the instructions. Now, the last one and the most powerful, if you're using ChatGPT, for example, you can actually turn that code into a reusable component called a custom GPT by copying and pasting the output into the instructions of a custom GPT. So for example, I created one called the Book Architect, which essentially takes a topic and a person's name, does a massive research project, and writes a book on behalf of all the content they've already put out in the world that I can read. I know, it's wild. So now that we've got like the master prompt figured out for a role and the system prompt for the instructions, you need to actually teach AI on how to push back on your ideas, and nobody does this.